Welcome back, and thanks for joining me on another episode of Firearm Defense. I'm your host, Instructor Rahming. So you're up late at night, you're watching the news, and as crime rates escalate, you're thinking to yourself, maybe owning a firearm to defend my family isn't such a bad idea, and I couldn't agree with you more. But you have no idea where to begin this search, and that's where I come in. Hopefully today I can help you narrow down your search and choose the right firearm to defend you and your family. You could purchase a revolver in a single action or double action, a 357, a 44 Magnum, a 45, a 38, and you can also purchase a semi-automatic pistol in a 9mm, a 40 caliber, or a 45 ACP. What you want to do if you're going to own one firearm, by the way, this video isn't for the person who can walk into a gun store and just buy every gun in the store. This is for that person who has a limited budget or maybe just don't have the desire to own more than one firearm. So let's start with the subcompact. By the way, all these firearms are absolutely unloaded for demonstration purposes. Right there, nothing in there, chamber's clear. The subcompact is an excellent gun for concealment and for concealed carry. Now, if you live in a state where open carry is allowed, then it doesn't matter. Any of these guns may work for you. But in the state of Florida, we have concealed carry. And if you want to conceal a firearm without printing, and printing basically means you can't see the outline of the firearm under your garment. So excellent for concealed carry, but for home defense, not so great. Number one reason is that a subcompact firearm just doesn't have enough rounds for me. And when you're in your home and you have no idea how many assailants have kicked in your front door, you don't want to walk out there with 3 or 4 rounds in a gun. You want to have as many as you could possibly get. And not only that, it's kind of difficult to grip a gun like this, and maybe you have little children that you have to keep back and walk them through a tough situation, and you want to have as much space to grip on that gun as possible. Like this, you see my pinky doesn't even fit the whole grip on the gun, and feels a little uncomfortable. But in a self-defense situation out on the street where I have to draw my firearm, I think I can make it happen with the subcompact. Now I'm going to move over here and skip this one. We're going to move over here to a full-size 1911. This is a bad mother joker right here. It's one of my favorite firearms, and I purchased this firearm just to do target practice because this is not ideal for home defense for me. For someone else, it can be excellent. It's heavy. It's got a lot of weight to it. It only holds 11 rounds, and when I say only, compared to some of the other firearms that you could probably put 21 rounds or maybe even 30. I've seen Glock magazines that hold 30 rounds plus 1 in the chamber. That may not be ideal to carry, but in your home, hey, 30 rounds in a magazine, that should suffice any situation you may encounter. The other thing about the 1911 or a full-size gun, you can't conceal something like this, at least not in the state of Florida. Now, if you live in Alaska or the North Pole or somewhere where you're constantly layered up with all types of coats and jackets to keep you warm, of course, you can hide this thing right under your garment, and it could probably take down a bear too. So ideal for home defense if you're okay with 11 rounds and a heavy gun, or if you have open carry. If you live in a state where it's open carry, not a bad choice whatsoever. Now, this is a mid-size semi-automatic, and it happened to be chambered in a 9mm. The reason why I like the mid-size firearm, and I would recommend, this is what I personally carry, is that you can get the best of both worlds with a mid-sized firearm. It's small enough where you can conceal it up under your shirt. It holds 15 rounds plus one in the chamber. You can mount all types of accessories to it. Here I have an RMR. Some people call them red dots. I have a flashlight mounted to it. And I wouldn't use it with the flashlight to carry on a day-to-day basis, but once I come home I can easily attach a flashlight to it, and that would give me the ability to illuminate any particular area where a threat may be. And I like using a flashlight on my firearms that I use for home defense, because who knows, maybe your teenager snuck out for the night to go to a party that you told him he couldn't go to, and he's sneaking back in and you don't know it's him, and you think it's some intruder, and you just point and shoot. So to give a quick light, you can turn it on, strobe to temporarily blind someone while you move to a better position. So excellent to have a light on a firearm. And the RMR, this is it, guys. This is the future. This is where most competition shooters, our military, police departments are being issued firearms with RMR on them. Now you can call them red dots. Some people call them red dots, but RMR is what us professionals call them. And it's a little learning curve. So if you've been shooting with iron sights and you convert to an optic like this, it's going to take you a little bit to get used to. But when you do, I doubt very seriously you're going to go back to iron sights. So this is the way to go. This is the future. It's a good mid-sized gun. Like I say, this is a SIG Sauer 320 RX. This one happened to come with the RMR on it, but you don't have to purchase it like this. You can just buy the gun and you can slowly upgrade to the RMR/red dot. You can also buy the light at some later point. If you just want to get into shooting and start training to shoot, you can just start with a bare gun, and then as you get better or see fit, you can add any type of accessories, and believe me, there's tons of accessories out there. Firearms aren't for everybody, but they're the best distance tool you can buy. Of course, you can take some martial art, jiu-jitsu class. You can use mace, that's a distance tool, but nothing is going to do the job like a firearm. But when it comes to firearms, there's safety involved. So before you purchase a firearm, I would recommend that you learn about firearm safety first. So that's my 2 cents worth, and I hope I was able to help you decide the right gun for you and your family. Like I said, round here we say train to defend and always fight to the very end. Peace.